This is the part where I beg you to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when new shows are uploaded. This is me begging. Just do it. Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to Real Bad News Live. I'm Elvis Kennedy, and you are not. From Washington, D.C., there were more peaceful protests from Antifa as demonstrators marched through our nation's capital Saturday. Police attempted to hold them back from restaurants where they peacefully beat up and threatened people eating dinner, according to video footage and a few news reports. "Burn it down," the peaceful demonstrators chanted. Oddly, no one in D.C. has called for their impeachment. I guess that's because none of them are currently in office. Then again, neither is... Speaking of Antifa, the expert on these misunderstood stompers of all they hate seems to be Andy No, an independent journalist who was beaten into a near coma while covering the peaceful Antifa's action last summer in Portlandistan. Andy said, and I totally misquote, "Antifa is more than an ideology. Antifa is more than an idea. It's also a movement, like the one I just had in my pants. Can someone please call the nurse to change me?" Following the entirely factual and not at all designed to play with your emotions prosecution of Donald Trump by crybaby and victim of terminal bad hair Jamie Raskin, what is the deal with that hair? Is he going bald from the back to the front, or is it some kind of reversed monk-mullet? Party in the front, monastery on the top. He has weirder hair than a Tiger King extra. Anyway, following his wailing, bawling, 3-day-long tirade of steaming politispeech, the defense took the dais. In their opening arguments, Mr. Trump's attorneys sought to link Democrats to political violence, repeatedly showing a long video montage of Democrats exhorting their followers to maim, kill, murder, and stab, and suggested there may be a double standard. Democrats, who spent several $1 million on their own Hollywood-produced video depicting former President Trump as Darth Vader long-distance choking babies and kittens, described the defense-produced montage as plainly a distraction, and several appeared to be frustrated or even laughing while the video was shown. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who really is an Indian, no, for real, she is, and whose fame reached its peak when she performed voiceovers for Charlie Brown's teacher, tweeted a video montage from her rallies showing her hugging women and young girls. Not to be outdone, Joe Biden, who doesn't realize he is now the president, tweeted a video of himself snorting an entire line of little girls. President Trump's legal team rested their case after less than 3 hours. This reminds me of when I practiced defense law. Yeah, I'm a lawyer. If you know the state's case is crap, you pretty much just tell the jury he didn't do it, then sit down. Unless he's non-binary or any one of the other 59 recognized genders, then you say they didn't do it. Mr. Trump's attorneys, in spite of being pelted by feces from several Democratic senators, tried to argue the former president was being hounded by a political vendetta. What vendetta? Maxine Waters may have screamed before hurling another steaming handful at the defense team. Mr. Trump's lawyers also argued that his actions were protected by the First Amendment, to another volley of feces from the impartial Democrats. Meanwhile, the totally fair, sane, and not at all vindictive Democratic senators checked their Facebooks. Freshman senator and wholly stripperific AOC, who now identifies as Amish, checked her MySpace. A source close to Mr. Trump's legal team said attorney David Schoen was let go Thursday night over a disputed strategy about how to use the videos that aired during the defense team's arguments on Friday, proving once and for all that gingers really do have no souls. Schoen rejoined after Trump called and told him, "You're unfired." And now to Hollywood, where a new documentary not involving tigers but with almost as much meth, mullets, skullets, and whatever they call that long on top with shaved sides hair thing, the methlet, blasted onto the screen with almost as much fanfare as a 59 gender reveal party. The New York Times funded Framing Britney Spears was reviewed as better than a turd Pop-Tart by all 3 people who watched the whole thing, begging the question, is it okay to take someone's money away just because they might be crazy? This must have been triggering to Twitter's own Malibu bin Laden as he fired off several angry tweets that I would quote if I could read nutbag. Also from Hollywood, why have one standard when you can have a double? Actress Gina Carano was fired from The Mandalorian. Carano, a former MMA fighter who apparently has never been in the ring with skull-crushing former dude and now strong, powerful woman Fallon Fox, used to play Cara Dune, whatever, in the hit Disney-produced show. Carano was booted over a social media post where she likened being a conservative in modern America to being a Jew in Nazi Germany. Showing there's no hypocrisy like hypocrisy, the Holy Rodent Empire rehired director James Gunn, who was fired by Disney, for tweets in which he joked about such hilarious topics like down there assault, 9/11, and child love. Showing it truly is a small world after all. Cancel culture is just so empowering. That's real bad news for tonight. Stay skeptical, my friends. And once again, we're back to the part where I beg you to like and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you will know when new shows are uploaded. This is me begging.